Plus World TV, and thank you for joining on News Compact. I'm Ololade Bolariwa. First, the headlines. Tinubu Nigerian corruption era is over. Jonathan denies Buhari Boko Haram link. Onanuga slams U.S. Senator over persecution claims. Citizens lament rising gas prices amid Pengassan Dangote rift. Lagos hosts inaugural E1 Grand Prix. Now the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says Nigeria's era of large-scale corruption is over. The president, speaking at the recent leadership forum, declared that his administration's reform have closed most loopholes that previously enabled graft. He said the removal of forced subsidies, financial system overhauls, and the new revenue monitoring framework have restored transparency to public finance. Tinubu maintained that under his leadership, corruption no longer has a safe place to hide. He added that his government is holding the public officials accountable, citing recent investigations, suspensions, and recoveries made by anti-graft agencies. The president urged Nigerians to support his administration's anti-corruption drive and focus on rebuilding national trust. However, critics argue that corruption remains embedded in many institutions and reform must go beyond rhetoric. Civil society organizations have also called for stronger enforcement, open budgeting, and judicial independence to ensure lasting change. Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has denied claims that he accused former President Muhammadu Buhari of having ties with Boko Haram. The controversy began after reports misquoted Jonathan remarks at the public presentation of a book by retired Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabor. Jonathan clarified that his comments misinterpreted. He never suggested Buhari had any connection with the terrorist group. He explained that during his presidency, Boko Haram was listed Buhari's name among those it wanted as mediators, a move he described as a propaganda tactic rather than proof of association. Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has denied claims that he accused former President Muhammadu Buhari of having ties with Boko Haram. The controversy began after the reports misquoted Jonathan remarks after the public presentation of the book retired Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabor. Jonathan clarified that his comments were misinterpreted and that he never suggested Buhari had any connection with terrorist group. He explained that during his presidency, Boko Haram was listed Buhari's name among those it wanted as mediators, a move he described as propaganda tactic rather than a proof of association. The former president warned against twisting his statement for political gain, stating that such misinterpretations only fought unnecessary divisions. He called for unity and truthfulness in national discourse, especially on sensitive like terrorism that cost thousands of Nigerian lives. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, has strongly criticized U.S. Senator Ted Cruz over allegations of Christian persecution in Nigeria. Cruz, in a recent statement, accused Nigerian officials of turning a blind eye to attacks on Christians and proposed sanctions through a Nigerian Religious Freedom Accountability Act. Onanuga described the senator's comment as malicious lies designed to undermine Nigeria's image globally. He emphasized that Nigeria is not a religious war, stressing that victims of terrorism are across all faiths. Onanuga described the senator's comment as malicious lies designed to undermine Nigeria's image globally. He emphasized that Nigeria is not a religious war, stressing that victims of terrorism cut across all faiths. The presidential aide insisted that Tinubu's administration is committed to protecting all citizens regardless of religion or ethnicity. The Nigerian government has urged the United States and other foreign leaders to rely on verified information rather than political motivated narratives. Analysts knows that the exchange could strain diplomatic ties if not carefully managed, given Nigeria's long-standing partnership with the United States on security and human rights. Across Nigeria, citizens are expressing frustration over the worsening scarcity and soaring prices of cooking gas and petrol. The development follows the industrial face-off between the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengassan, and the Dangote refinery over alleged mass sackings of workers. The dispute highlights a temporary suspension of crude and supply to the refinery, crippling distribution channels across the country. In Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan, and other major cities, gas prices have reportedly soared by more than 30% in recent weeks. Many households and small businesses have been forced to switch charcoal and kerosene due to high cost, while long queues are resurfaced at filling stations. The scarcity also have triggered a spike in transportation prices, further straining Nigerians' purchasing power. The federal government has since intervened to broker peace between the union and refinery management. However, energy experts warn that if the standoff continues, it could worsen the nation's fuel crisis and destabilize the economy. Citizens are calling on authorities to find a lasting solution to prevent a full-blown energy emergency. Lagos made a history week over the weekend as it hosted Africa's first ever E1 Grand Prix, an all-electric powerboat race that showcased speed, sustainability, and innovation. The event held at Lagos Lagoon attracted global attention, featuring teams and celebrities from around the world. Organizers described it as a landmark achievement that puts Lagos on global sporting and tourism map. After several intense runs, Team Brazil emerged champions of the inaugural Lagos GP, displaying top-tier performance and teamwork. The Lagos race formed part of the Global E1 World Championship Series, which aims to raise awareness about clean energy and water conservation through marine sports. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who attended the event, praised it as a major step forward to sports tourism and innovation in Nigeria. He said Lagos is ready to host more world-class events that combine technology, environmental responsibility, and entertainment. Many attendees hailed the race as one of the most exciting spectacles ever seen in the city. That will be all for now on Rulers World TV. For more information, visit our website at www.rulersworldtv. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rulers World TV, and do follow us on our social media handle, X, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, all as Rulers World TV. Thank you for watching. I'm Ololade Bolariwa.